that we carry at Holland's Pharmacy. Well, we've recently expanded into a full line of knee braces, back, wrist, ankle, and other support wear. We will gladly help you get just the right fit for these items and, of course, special order items to ensure the proper fit. Come see us at Holland's Pharmacy, 1608 Hatcher Lane, or call us at 931-388-4233. 388-4233.
Maury County cannot afford more of the same. I'm Gabe Howard, a Republican, a conservative, a Marine Corps veteran, small business owner, husband, father, and current county commissioner. I fought for responsible budgets, lower taxes, smarter growth, government transparency, and long-term water planning. We do not need more status quo leadership. We need proven leadership, fresh vision, and real action. I'll put Maury County first and people over politics. Vote Gabe Howard for Maury County Mayor. Paid for by Gabe Howard for Maury County Mayor, Stephen Brown, Treasurer.
All the time.
I listen all day, every day. I don't know, I'm just addicted to it.
Thank you for tuning in. You're listening to WKRM 103.7 FM. It's now time for Front Porch Happenings with Delk Kennedy.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into Front Porch Happenings on WKRM 103.7 FM. I'm your host for today, Drake Pugh, alongside some co-hosts today. This will be the first show I'm not doing solo for a little bit. We've got here with us the original host of the show, Delk Kennedy. Good morning, Delk.
Drake, I'm just saying hi to everybody, and delighted to do it, delighted to be here with y'all this morning. Y'all do a great show, and you know it's your show now, and I'm just happy to be here and just to listen in. It's going to be a little rainy this weekend, but you know this is Tennessee summer. I mean,
it is.
Yeah, it is.
If it's raining right now, wait 10 minutes and.
Exactly.
Yeah. So anyway, it should be a good Memorial Day weekend for everybody. Just, just have a place you can go if it rains, or take an umbrella, or take a little tent if you're picnicking out, or whatever. Go to one of the shelters at one of the parks. It should be a great Memorial Day weekend. So. Have a good one, folks.
Absolutely. And regular co-host Landon Seacrest. Good morning, Landon.
What's up, guys? I'm back. Last week I was getting my hair cut during the show.
Yes, you were.
I was not able to make it back due to some scheduling conflicts, but I'm back now.
We got you here, and we're glad everybody's back. Well, folks, we just mentioned it is Memorial Day weekend. I guess you could say Memorial Day weekend starts this afternoon
It's probably starting now for some people in about an hour around lunchtime.
Yeah, well,
everybody doesn't work the whole day on the Friday before.
No, you're right.
Get started traveling.
Well, and you and I will be off here, before most people are. Everybody's off at 5. We'll be home by 5 o'clock. You and me.
You're exactly right.
While everybody's listening to Drake Colley, which we will be recording that here at about 1 o'clock, and that'll air at 4 o'clock on our sister station, 101.7 FM. But anyways. Memorial Day is upon us, a weekend for burgers, beers, and boats, but also a weekend to remember those who gave the ultimate sacrifice, those who did not come home from war. If you have time this weekend, thank a veteran. Thank a veteran. A lot of them, every veteran, you have no idea what they've been through. Take some time this weekend, thank a veteran, and, honor those who, like I said, gave the ultimate sacrifice and never came home. But anyways, we got a lot going on this weekend. There's a lot to do this weekend. We've got, first off, I'm going to give a thank you to Jay Powell from the Columbia Daily Herald, who writes this column for us each week, and we're so grateful to him for his help and his contributions. He's a dear friend of the station. Number 1, Makers Market at the Memorial Building. This weekend will present an opportunity for shopping local and including some good food, all while helping a local nonprofit. Starting at 11 a.m. Saturday, the Memorial Building at 308 West 7th Street will host a Makers Market, where guests are invited to sip, shop, and stroll. Proceeds from the event will directly benefit Center of Hope, Columbia's nonprofit which provides assistance to shelter to victims of domestic violence. The event will run until 4 p.m. For more information and to purchase tickets, call 931-381-8580. That's 931-381-8580. Well, that's a wonderful thing going on there.
Yeah, that is. That'll be really interesting. One of many probably events that will be happening on Memorial Day weekend here locally. A lot of people usually, as you said, Drake, go out of town for the weekend, but there's stuff going on in town. That's what this show is about as well.
Absolutely. And Center of Hope is a great organization helping those who have been victims to domestic violence. It's just a wonderful, wonderful thing. Number 2, and I've talked about this a little bit in the past couple of weeks, the Mule House Songwriters Series. The Mule House at 812 South High Street is bringing back its popular songwrite series for another evening of music. Stories and more from Music City's biggest hit makers. This month's lineup will include performances and stories from Larry Gatlin of the Gatlin Brothers, as well as Chris Wallen, Rhonda Funk, and Songwriters Series host Gary Chapman. Tickets are $23.90 a pop and are available at www.themulehouse.com or by calling 931-490-9400. That's 931-490-9400. ADA requests can also be made by emailing info@themulehouse.com. You know, I'm a big fan of country music, especially classic country music, so this songwriter session is definitely something that catches my eye. Larry Gatlin and the Gatlin Brothers, legendary country artists. I actually know Larry Gatlin's granddaughter. Fantastic family. And so, folks, you don't want to miss that. Great, great, great time. Number 3, Pickin' in the Park. Spring Hill's Pickin' in the Park series returns for another fun, free, and family-friendly event. The event will once again take place at Harvey Park at 4001 Miles Johnson Parkway, starting at 5 p.m. this Saturday.
Harvey Park is a great park. I remember growing up, my mom would take me and I would ride my bike there, and she would get her steps in. Harvey Park is a great place. Right there by the new Aubrey's, I believe, is the restaurant in Spring Hill.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's a great park and obviously a great event.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This month's featured lineup includes The Speed Trap, Andy Litter, Shannon McHugh, and the Harpeth River Boys, Kyle John, and John Griffin. For food options, Bussin' Bowls food truck will also be on site during the event. That's awesome. That's just awesome. Number 4, movie nights in the park. With summertime on the horizon, one good way to enjoy the weather and relax is taking in a movie under the stars. Columbia State Community College students earn... Oh, wait, that's the wrong column. I'm sorry. Movie nights, though. Landon, have you gone to any of that?
I have not gone to a movie night before.
I did not know there was a movie night actually out here at the park, so that is definitely something to go to, folks. That is something I definitely would like to go to. All right. And while we're getting the other events to go, Landon, what are your plans for this Memorial Day weekend?
You know, I was thinking about that before we got on the show. As Delk mentioned, it is kind of gloomy outside. It is raining. But in the past couple of years, and I don't want the listeners to think I'm humbly bragging, but I am, and I'm just telling the truth, I have not been in the country on Memorial Day. I've been, while I was in college, I was studying abroad both times in 2023, 2024, and then last year was my first summer back around the Memorial Day time. So I don't really know, Drake. I don't know. I've spent Memorial Day overseas, which is kind of not irrelevant, but it's not as big of a holiday over there. But I have an aunt that is born around the Memorial Day time, so I'm sure I'll be attending like a birthday cookout or something like that. I don't know. I don't have any set in stone plans. I'm not going out of town. I'll probably remain here. But I hope the weather holds off, because I do have one thing planned. My on tomorrow, my dad and I will be going to Nashville SC soccer game up at Geodis Park in Nashville. That's not necessarily Memorial Day related, but that's just something that I'm doing this weekend. I hope the weather holds off for everybody that's doing anything on Memorial Day, but especially for us at that soccer game. It'll be my dad's first professional soccer game ever, so hopefully that'll be really cool.
There we go, Landon. That'll be a lot of fun. That'll be a whole lot of fun. And, Nashville SC, they've been something to watch lately, I can tell you.
Yeah, they've been really good. We've talked about it a lot on our sports show, and it just worked out scheduling-wise, my availability, his availability to be able to attend a game. It's Memorial Day weekend. I'm sure it'll be a decent crowd, a lot of travelers on the interstate and stuff as well. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. That's pretty much my only set-in-stone plan I have for the weekend.
Yeah, well, my family's always been a lake family. Every Memorial Day, we would always go to my grandma and grandpa's lake house on Smith Lake, Alabama. They sold their lake house 5 years ago, and since they've sold it, we've bought our own on the same lake. So that is where we will be this weekend. We will be on the water. Well, I say that, and I'm going to give a shout-out here. I got two close friends that are getting married tomorrow. Shout out to Logan Darden and Caitlin Brent, soon to be Miss Caitlin Darden or Mrs. Logan Darden. I love you both. Congratulations. That is where my family is going to be tomorrow afternoon, is in Culleoka at their wedding, and we are very, very happy for them. Very excited. Very much looking forward to it. And from all of us here at Front Porch Radio, we love you and we wish you a lifetime of happiness. But anyways, we're going to go to the lake Saturday night. We'll be there through Monday. We're going to do some boating, tubing, grill some burgers, have a good time.
It's very interesting because I myself have never really been on. I'm not a lake person. I'm not really familiar with boating and all that type of stuff. That's not really my forte, nor is my family's forte. So I've never really done the lake thing. I know a lot of people that do the lake thing over Memorial Day and stuff. But yeah, historically, I can remember a couple of things that we'll probably talk about later in the show as far as like Memorial Day memories and stuff. But yeah, that's cool that you go to the lake. I've never really done the lake thing before. It's
a lot of fun, Landon. I love it every year. I love going swimming out there. And my girlfriend, she didn't grow up doing any of that stuff either. But since we've been together, I've roped her into that, and she's loved doing it. She has a lot of fun going swimming and going boating and tubing with us, and we always just have a good time. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely.
It's been a whole lot of fun. Folks, the Pryor Art Gallery, I've talked about this quite a bit on this show, is still going on with their local exhibit. That's going to be going until June the 12th, and that is at Columbia State Community College in the Wayman L. Hickman building on the Columbia campus. The gallery hours are Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Bring a friend, explore local talent, and support the arts. We hope to see you there. And again, that is until June the 12th, folks. So go check that out. It's only going to be here for a couple more weeks. Country Dance Night with Urban Cowboy Line Dancing. The country line dancing at the Mule House is a Columbia staple that promises a foot-stomping good time. Dive into the rhythm of the South with expert instruction, friendly vibes, and a great community of dance enthusiasts. Whether you're a seasoned dancer or a beginner, come kick your heels and experience the joy of country line dancing. Don't miss the chance to twirl, spin, and two-step your way into a night of unforgettable fun. From 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. will be the beginner to intermediate dances. Then, after 9 p.m., we'll get into some more advanced moves for you line dancing experts out there. So grab your friends, grab your tickets, and we'll see y'all there. The Urban Cowboy Line Dancers are your instructors. Follow them on Instagram at Urban Cowboy Line Dancing. All ages are welcome. Ages 18 and under must be accompanied by a parent or guardian. Now, that's a lot of fun there. My girlfriend and I love swing dancing. We're not good at it, but we sure enjoy it. So that is something and that's tomorrow night, of course. And tickets. Tickets will be $18.70 a pop. That is something I wish I could go to tomorrow because that sounds like a lot of fun. My girlfriend and I love doing that. That is a lot of fun. Of course, the farmers market is open like normal. The Columbia's Farmers Market is a year-round open-air market held every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., rain or shine. Featuring local farms, the market offers fresh produce, meats, eggs, baked goods, flowers, handcrafted items, and more, with the widest selection available through the main season from May through October. And folks, the main season is here. It is now, we are over halfway through May, and we just had some rain, so everything's going to be nice and grown. It's awesome.
Yeah, it definitely. As somebody who's been very active in mowing grass over my life with my dad, there's going to be a lot of green grass after this spell of rain. I mean, myself and Lou Maddox were looking at the forecast the other day, and we were saying it's going to be like 10 consecutive days of rain, or at least a chance every day.
Yeah.
And that means that the grass will be very green, especially if you scatter in some thunderstorms where it's lightning hitting the grass. You're going to wake up and see some Kelly green, bright green grass. So that's that's very cool. My dad actually mowed our grass yesterday, because he was saying he wanted it to be dull, and then it's going to rain more, so it'll grow again. So I'm sure a lot of people are going to do that too.
Your dad's a smart guy. I like that. I like that. Folks, we're going to go ahead and take our first break, and we will be right back momentarily with Front Porch Happenings.
With the Louisiana woman waiting on the other side, the Mississippi River don't look so wide. Louisiana woman, Mississippi man, we get together every time we can, and Mississippi River can't keep us apart.
This is Trip from Trips Ace, and you're listening to 103.7 WKRM. Go Vols.
On the farm, uptime isn't just nice to have, it's a must-have. That's why JLG Ag telehandlers are a multitasking workhorse. Whether moving and loading more, stacking higher, or even accessing tighter spots with compact models, these machines help poultry, cotton, and row crop producers maximize every moment on the job. Once you get behind the wheel, you'll get more done. It's that simple. See JLG Ag telehandlers for yourself. Come out to Try Green Equipment in Columbia, just off Theta Pike.
Farmer Johnny here, Taylor Family Farm. I want to give y'all a little look-see. We raise 100% non-GMO, grass-fed beef, pasture chicken, and pork on our family farm. Everything that we grow is raised with love and care to ensure the highest quality and nutrition for our family and customers. You can shop online at TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com or visit our farm store in person at Etheridge, Tennessee at 301 Dave Reisner Road. That's TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com for more information.
Hello, my name is Zach Maddox. I'm a proud third-generation owner-operator of Columbia Paint and Wall Cover, founded by my grandfather, Ralph Maddox, in 1946. Now I am honored to continue the legacy as owner-operator today. We offer a variety of paint and wall covering products, but our passion is customer service. We can offer many personalized services and can come out to your house or business if needed. Visit us at our store downtown Columbia at 1114 Carmack Boulevard or online at paintcolumbia.com.
In today's uncertain world, you can never be too careful about your family's financial future. That's why the Parker Group, a part of Baird's Private Wealth Management, is offering a free second opinion on your financial plans. Let us review your current plan, and we will identify any gaps and offer suggestions to improve it. Please call the Parker Group at 931-548-3737. That's 931-548-3737. Robert W. Baird & Company Incorporated does not offer tax or legal advice.
I am Jack Blackstone.
And I'm Emery Blackstone.
Together, we are Greenway Tech Repair. Tired of slow computers, cracked phone screens, and fancy home electronics you don't know how to use? We can help.
We provide local on-site services as well as remote troubleshooting for any job, no matter how large or small, from computers and laptops to mobile devices and home electronics.
We Blackstone brothers are eager to serve our community. Find us on Facebook at Greenway Tech Repair or by phone at 931-388-2691.
That's on Facebook at Greenway Tech Repair or by phone at 931-388-2691.
Hey, this is Seth Moss at Tennessee Valley Equipment, a premier FAE PrimeTech, Bandit, and Shurex dealer. We are your dealer for all of your land clearing and forestry mulching needs. We sell equipment, provide repair service, and parts along with a rental fleet of mulching equipment. We also offer mulching teeth, blades, and sharpening. Our number one priority is getting you up and running as quickly and affordable as possible. Tennessee Valley is located at 300 Santa Fe Pike in wonderful Columbia, Tennessee. Stop by or give us a call today at 931-981-9812.
Maury County volunteer firefighters provide fire and rescue services to Maury County residents like you. I'm Savannah Madison, Public Information Officer with Maury County Fire. Our department serves over 600 square miles, and as a volunteer department, we rely on community donations to operate. You can also support by joining our department. We help you obtain the certifications to become a support member or firefighter. Learn more about making a tax-deductible donation or becoming a firefighter at murraycountyfiretn.org. That's murraycountyfiretn.org.
Mini Cooper, Volvo, BMW, Land Rover, Jaguar. Hi, I'm David Usselton, owner of Usselton Motorworks Foreign Car Repair located in Columbia, Tennessee. We're at the corner of West 12th and South High Street. We offer a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty on all repairs. Come see us in Columbia, Tennessee, or call us at 931-215-1765 or visit us on the web at usseltons.com.
You're not just a homeowner. You're also a bug in the basement with the frightening number of legs owner. Fortunately, you've got heating and cooling built and tested to keep going. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
Call Davis Heating and Cooling at 931-388-2090 for all your home comfort needs. Davis Heating and Cooling is your local independent American Standard dealer and proudly serves the Maury County area. Find Davis Heating and Cooling online and on Facebook or call today, 388-2090.
Hello, this is Eric from Tiller Stewart on the Columbia Square. When you choose a natural diamond, you're choosing more than beauty. You're choosing a promise, a memory, a forever kind of love. Each natural diamond tells a story of devotion and a bond that grows stronger every day. It's not just a stone, it's your story, captured forever. Come find the one that's waiting for you. Natural diamonds, made by nature, given with love. Stop by and see our wonderful collection at Tiller Stewart.
New beats are loaded in 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to WKRM 103.7 Columbia, Tennessee. Your home for the Braves, the Vols, and the Columbia Central Lions on Front Porch Sports Radio.
Everybody knows you've been stepping on my toes, and I'm getting pretty tired of it. You keep a stepping out of line and I'm messing with my mind. If you had any sense, you'd quit. 'Cause ever since you were a little bitty teeny girl, you said I was the only man in this whole world. Now you better do some thinking, then you'll find you got the only daddy that'll walk the line.
And welcome back, folks, to Front Porch Happenings, being welcomed back in by the legendary late great Waylon Jennings. I'm your host Drake Pugh, alongside Landon Seacrest today, and it's Memorial Day weekend. It is Memorial Day weekend. So, Landon, what do you got going on? What do you got to talk about?
We kind of already talked about our respective Memorial Day plans. As far as what we are doing this weekend, I don't have any stone cold plans. You said you're going to the lake.
Yes,
Only
sir.
thing I can think of off the top of my head is I'm going to Nashville SC tomorrow with my dad. But on Memorial Day specifically, usually probably it's going to be a cookout or something like that. That's what we've historically done. Can't remember the last time I've traveled out of town for Memorial Day. I'll have to do some more thinking on that. But I do have some interesting conversation to bring to the table as far as traveling on this weekend. It's a lot of people going a lot of different places. Memorial Day, I would probably say, Drake, is the unofficial beginning of like summertime.
Yes, I would agree.
So a lot of people, they celebrate it as a time to go vacation. It's not even necessarily a holiday to go see family. It's just, hey, we're going to book a vacation Memorial Day.
Get out of here, yeah.
Because the kids are out of school. Also, shout out everybody that is in Maury County Public Schools. They finished the school year. So congratulations to all the students. You're done. Have a great summer. As they used to say when I was in school, HAGS.
That's worthy of an applause.
But congratulations to everybody that just completed a school year. Looking forward to hearing about the wonderful students in the county and everything they're doing over the summers. Everybody stay safe. But back to Memorial Day weekend, a lot of people use it to vacation. So, Drake, I've got a list I'm looking at on my computer here of most traveled places on Memorial Day weekend. Maybe if anybody doesn't have any plans and are looking for something at 11:30 a.m. on the Friday of Memorial Day weekend and you want to go somewhere, listen to me and Drake right now talk about some travel destinations that you can go to. So, the number one book destination drawing massive crowds to an obviously very popular theme park and resort, Orlando, Florida. Drake.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you got Disney World there. You've got Universal.
ESPN. Yeah. Worldwide Sports or whatever it's called down there.
And not just mentioning Disney alone. I mean, there's so many parks there in Disney World. You got Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, Epcot, Santa Claus's Blizzard Water Park, whatever the name of that place is. It's a lot.
So I'm sure a lot of people maybe we have some listeners that are headed down to Orlando, Florida for Disney World. But if not, I probably wouldn't advise because I think a last-minute booking to Disney World is probably extremely expensive. So you might have to miss out on that. But still, you can go to Orlando. That is the number one book destination according to this list that I'm currently looking at. Another popular destination, Drake Colley's second favorite city.
Oh, dear.
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Okay, so what's Drake Colley's favorite city?
Columbia.
Is it Columbia?
Yeah, it's Columbia.
I always thought Las Vegas was his favorite city.
No, not his second favorite city. Las Vegas, Nevada. It's Sin City. A lot of stuff to do out there in the middle of the desert. A lot of gambling going on. A lot of other things. And it's a lot of tourist attractions.
Well, you got Caesar's Palace out there. You got... you've got a bunch of cool things out there to see. I mean, like, I've always wanted to go to Vegas, but not to gamble. I don't believe in gambling. I just want to go look at the place.
Yeah, a lot of people, according to this, are going to Las Vegas, Nevada, the land of the desert. Another popular one is Seattle, Washington. It's pretty interesting. It says this is the main port for the kickoff or the summer Alaskan cruise season. So that makes sense. A lot of people that go on the Alaskan cruise liners, you would probably start your journey in Seattle, Washington, or in Washington off the coast. So that's pretty interesting. I would have never thought of Seattle.
I wouldn't have either. I've got some very close friends that live in Seattle that are like grandparents to me. I've never been to Seattle. I've always wanted to go, but I wouldn't have thought Seattle for Memorial Day. That's interesting.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if my cousins up there are listening to this in Seattle, but shout out cousin Lucky and Kyrie. They were looking for a couple of things to. I think they were looking for an RV to travel. I don't know if they are going somewhere for the Memorial Day weekend, but apparently where they live is a popular destination for the weekend.
So.
Alaskan cruises, those are obviously very popular. You get to see the whales migrate and all of that. I'm not sure if they're doing that in the summer, but that's pretty cool. Another city, Drake, back in Florida, Miami, Florida.
Oh, yeah, good old Miami.
Popular destination, beaches, nightlife, tropical getaways. I want to go to Miami, definitely.
I do, too.
I'm sure a lot of people are making the trek down there. Probably a lot of people our age as well. Drake, going to have a good time down there.
Absolutely.
Probably going down there. I want to say it's probably like a 12 or 13-hour drive if you were to drive down there. Miami, Florida on Memorial Day. And then the last one, the big one, or the biggest one in my opinion, in New York City for Memorial Day.
New York City for Memorial Day. I wouldn't have guessed that either.
I wouldn't have guessed that, but it's definitely the biggest city out of the list.
I'm surprised that Panama City Beach isn't on there.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I would associate Panama City with more with like the springtime, not necessarily summer.
Spring break,
Spring break. And there's already 2 places on Florida on this list. And so let's talk about some in particular. People here that you may be interested in, a little bit closer places, the Great Smoky Mountains National Park.
Oh, yeah.
Going there for Memorial Day weekend. I'm sure a couple of people have already booked. I've been there, wilderness at the Smokies, probably figuratively 100 times. But Gatlinburg, the Great Smoky Mountains, Pigeon Forge, all of that is a really nice place to go for entertainment. It's not far from here. It's like 3.5 hours, I would say.
Yeah.
It's one of the most visited national parks, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful out there. Now, I haven't seen a bear out there ever, but you have a chance of seeing a bear out there. And then, like you said, Drake, I'm not sure if people would do this on Memorial Day, but the Panama Cities, the Destins, the Rosemary Beach, Seacrest Beach, all those beaches, they're not a far drive from Columbia if you want to make that trek for Memorial Day.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You know, I think I've been to the beach on Memorial Day once or twice in my life. I haven't been to the beach in over a year, and that's where I'm longing to be right now, is in Carillon Beach between Panama City and Rosemary in Florida. But, you know, my family, as I mentioned, we go to Smith Lake every year, Lewis Smith Lake in northern central Alabama. And it is absolutely beautiful every year. I'm hoping it's not going to be a downpour the whole time we're there.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Yeah, because I want to be on the boat, and I want to be on the jet ski, and I want to be on the water. So, I mean, that's what I want to do. That is my thing, and I'm very excited. I mean, it's just
I have a stat that is according to Fox.
Oh.
Record 45 million Americans expected to travel this Memorial Day weekend.
Makes sense.
So they're talking about that weather that you were saying, people trying to combat the weather. There's some storms that are in the plains, which would be headed towards us, and then in the northeast, which has already left us. But chances of rain are pretty much everywhere on the eastern half of the United States. So I'm sure that's hindering a lot of people's travel plans, because I know it's pretty difficult if you're driving to drive in the rain. And then, of course, if you're flying, you encounter flight delays, and that's not good.
No, it's not. That's not good at all. And I imagine the traffic is going to be backed up like crazy from Birmingham to Panama City. That's usually how it is. It's going to be backed up. You know, most of the traveling is going to be done today and Monday. The traveling to get there to be today, to get back be Monday. So my family, I'm hoping we're not going to have to deal with much traffic traveling down to the lake Saturday evening, which is unusual. Like I said, we usually are down there on Friday. And speaking of which, on the news right now, I'm seeing some Percy Priest Lake stuff talking about
There's probably
this
going to be
weekend.
some people up there.
Oh, Percy
Definitely.
Priest is going. And
There's
Tim
people up there right now.
Oh yeah, Percy Priest, Old Hickory, Tim's Ford. They're going to be popping this weekend. Bunch of people going to be out there. But that's for Maury County.
Yeah, definitely. And those are really close places. The list that we just went over as far as the bigger, most popular destinations, those are a little far. You got to get on the flight to go there, coordinate a larger trip. But if you go to Percy Priest or like go down to Alabama, like Drake is saying, it's very doable. It's very doable in a short amount of time. Doesn't take a lot of planning. So if you're interested in doing that, that's why we have the show. So give you a couple ideas, hopefully to inspire you to do something on Memorial Day. But yeah, that's my update on popular destinations and a little bit of statistics on people traveling during the holiday, the kickoff of summer. It's when pools open.
Yep.
Most of the time. I know some of the pools across the county, in particular Maury County, have already opened. They opened this past week, but Memorial Day weekend after going forward, pretty much every pool, splash pad will be open. So you'll see a lot of kids out there playing.
Definitely excited for that. I'm definitely a swimming pool guy. I love swimming, love water. So I am very much excited. I'm ready to get back in the water.
Definitely.
Well, folks, here's what we got coming up next. We have Live on the Square concert series with Puckett's here in Columbia. And that's going between June the 5th and December the 5th. Puckett's is bringing live music to downtown Columbia with its Live on the Square concert series held during Columbia's monthly First Fridays events. Taking place inside the restaurant's Guitar and Cadillac Hall, the family-friendly series features performances from local and regional artists alongside Southern food, drinks, and a welcoming community atmosphere. Concerts are held at the first Friday each month from 6:30 to 8 p.m. through December at Puckett's. Now, that's going to be a lot of fun, Landon.
I think that is going to be fun, Drake.
And speaking of which, here's the first performer for this in June, Diana's Mambo Maniacs. Diana Sosa, inspired by her parents who danced for many years at the Palladium in New York City, has created a return to the glamorous days of classic mambo and salsa music, featuring music from the likes of Tito Puente, El Gran Combo, Celia Cruz, Pete Rodriguez, Joe Cuba, and many more. Diana's Mambo Maniacs will entertain your audience and have them dancing the night away for the best of classic salsa music. Bring your friends or make it a great date night. The food, the drinks, and the music. Live on the square with the Mambo Maniacs. And this, of course, will be at the First Fridays event at Puckett's in the Guitar and Cadillacs room on June the 5th at the First Fridays event. That's going to be a lot of fun. Stand Up Bright to You by Encore Comedy. This is on June the 7th at the Twisted Copper Brewing Company in downtown Columbia. Tickets are $14 a pop. Looking for something fun to do? Love great comedy and great beer? This comedy show is for you. Come see the best comics from all around Tennessee and the eastern United States, live in Columbia at Twisted Copper Brewing Company. For more information, you can call 931-300-3764. That's 931-300-3764. Landon, you into stand-up comedy?
I myself have not attended like a stand-up show, but I'm very familiar with the ideology of telling jokes because I tell jokes myself, but I wouldn't consider myself a comedian. But like Steve Harvey, Bernie Mac, Cedric the Entertainer, a couple of other ones that are like Christian comedians, all those like there's a popular comedy club, I believe Zanies is what it is up there on 8th Avenue. I've had a couple of family members go up there and enjoy some shows. I've not seen a live comedian before, but I love a good joke. I love to joke myself. I have very dry humor. I'm not like a he-ha-ha-ha type person. I just tell like straightforward jokes, and if you understand it, you understand it. If you don't, you don't. But I'm also good for a very petty joke. I love the petty jokes that comedians tell because I think you always got to have fun. People like to laugh, and some people, especially now in the comedy world, people take stuff too seriously. Like, just take a joke. Just have fun.
Exactly. I mean, and that's what it's all about. Don't take things so seriously. Just go and have some fun. Mm-hmm. I'm the kind of guy that likes to laugh at myself. I used to get super easily offended over stuff when I was a kid, but now as an adult, I laugh at myself every day.
My family, anybody, that's not familiar with my family, to the extent that, like, I know everybody in my family. If you don't have thick skin and you can't joke, you're not going to last anything.
Nope.
Because we don't give anybody any breaks on any day. Everybody's subject to a joke at any time.
Yep.
So.
No, I'm the same. My family's the same way. My family is the same way, Landon. That's just how it is. That's how it's always been. Folks, we're going to take our second break here, and we'll be back here momentarily to talk about the final stories of the day. We'll be right back.
I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire.
This is Front Porch Radio, WKRM 103.7, Columbia, Tennessee. Your home for the Braves, the Vols, and your Columbia Central Lions.
Hi, Jimmy here for Columbia Ace Hardware. Columbia Ace Hardware now carries Magnolia Home by Joanna Gaines paint. Now their premium quality and huge selection of colors will be right in your neighborhood. Along with the award-winning service and advice Columbia Ace has always provided for your paint projects. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their paint. Columbia Ace, the helpful place.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Foster Insurance Agency is a locally owned independent agency and a proud member of the Insurers of Tennessee. Foster represents many top-rated insurance companies such as Auto Owners Insurance. The great team at Foster has been servicing Columbia and surrounding areas in Middle Tennessee since 1952 and offers many commercial and personal insurance products. Call Mike Ford or Jimmy Ford today at 931-388-8365 or stop by their convenient location at 204 West 4th Street in Columbia, Tennessee.
This is Debbie Matthews with the National Realty Group, and if you've been paying attention, you know the housing market has been tough.
but rates are beginning to thaw. So if you're thinking about selling, the time to jump in is getting better every day. But if you're thinking about buying and those interest rates are still a little bit too high, a good agent knows how to negotiate interest rate buy downs. And I'm a good agent. So call me, Debbie Matthews with National Realty Group, 615-476-3224.
Are you thinking about a new fence? Maybe you need a pole barn? Then you should give Sands Fence Company a call. That's 931-309-1644. Will Sands has built his business based on the principles of honesty, quality, and integrity. Sands Fence Company has been in business for over 20 years, providing their community with farm, residential, and commercial fencing, as well as pole barns and buildings. Call today for a free estimate. Sands Fence Company, 931-309-1644. That's 931-309-1644.
I don't know about you, but I just love doing business with small businesses. You feel appreciated when you walk in, and they know your name. At Caledonian Financial, we try very hard to appreciate our clients. We value everyone, and we reject the idea that you're not worthy of advice if you don't have a certain amount of money. We love our neighbors, all of them. This is Monty Sneed with Caledonian Financial in historic downtown Columbia.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Osaic Wealth Inc., member FINRA and SIPC.
Do you have trees that need trimming or removed? Do you have stumps that you want grounded? A1 Tree Trimming and Removal is a family-owned and operated business local to Columbia and Lewisburg. They also service surrounding Middle Tennessee. We are licensed and insured and provide free estimates. No job is too big, no tree is too small. Give old Luke a call or text Luke at 931-359-3113. Or you can check them out on Facebook and tell A1 Tree Removal that you heard this ad on the radio. If you love America, then you will love A1 Tree Removal.
It's my kind of music.
I get the best mix of my favorite music.
All on one radio station.
Somewhere beyond the sea.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our third and final segment of Front Porch Happenings for this week. Again, I'm your host, Rake Pugh, alongside Landon Seacrest, bringing you all the local events in and around Columbia and Murray County, Tennessee. Glad to be back here with you today, and glad to have Landon in the studio with me.
I'm back.
Folks, before we talk about the last few events going on this week, I want to pause for a moment, pay our respects to legendary NASCAR racer Kyle Busch, who sadly passed away yesterday at the age of 41. I'm in absolute shock. We all are. It's totally unexpected.
Yeah, it caught a lot of people off guard. It's unfortunate every time someone in the greater sports world passes away of the prominence of somebody like a Kyle Busch, because it really hits home. But just for anyone to lose their life, it's just really unfortunate and very sad, very touching. But Kyle Busch, one of the most accomplished current NASCAR racers, been atop the game since he started driving. I know I'm familiar, and I will say the cliche just for a laugh and a moment of grievance here. But I know Kyle Busch because a lot of people would say NASCAR is a predominantly Caucasian white sport, and a lot of the drivers are white. But I'm a black individual, and I know Kyle Busch, and he's one of the drivers that most black people all know. He's a NASCAR driver. I remember the M&M racing jackets, the yellow and the M&M car. I remember those, and like that's one of the few guys. Like I don't follow it closely, but like I know some Kyle Busch. So like it's just crazy for him to be no longer with us. Dying at 41 years old is extremely young.
Way too young.
And just in the fashion, I mean, they said he had a severe illness, but just for anybody to pass away like that, and someone that was really known by a lot of people, it's just really, really sad today.
It's very hard, and we're going to miss him very much. Everyone who loved seeing him and hearing him race, he will be missed very much. And folks, like I mentioned earlier, and I want to mention this again, this Memorial Day weekend, take some time to honor those who gave the ultimate sacrifice. Real quick before we talk about the last story, I'll mention real quick a relative of mine. There's two people I want to mention. My uncle, Doris Webb, served in the U.S. Navy in World War II, and he was on the USS Princeton the day it was torpedoed and sank. He survived but the majority of his buddies on board did not. As a matter of fact, from what I understand, his best friend was one of those who did not make it home that day. And he witnessed a lot of the deaths of his shipmates that day. And he never spoke of his experiences until about the mid-1990s when my cousin asked him if he could hear his story for a high school history project. So, and a lot of veterans, they will not talk about what they saw because, I mean, unless they're like my dad, who is a veteran, has told me, they will not talk about what they truly saw unless they're talking about it usually to another soldier who shared an experience.
You're exactly right, yeah.
And, I mean, yeah, and take some time to think about the families of those who never came home. Another man I want to mention is the late Ervil Knox Jr., the great uncle of my girlfriend. He was from Ohio, and he was killed in a paratroop mission in Vietnam 2 days before he was scheduled to come home. He was 21 years old. So, folks, and there are many, many more stories like that. He was one of thousands that did not get to come home. So, folks, take some time today to honor them. And, of course, we all have we all know veterans who did make it home that have since passed away. Been thinking of my grandfather, the late Jerry Vaughn, this weekend, who served in the U.S. Army. He passed away in 2018 at the age of 75. And Landon, your grandfather.
I've got two that I can think of off the top of my head that are veterans, did not die in the service, but are no longer with us. My grandfather, Jake, was a Vietnam in the Navy. And then my great-grandfather, Josiah, was in World War I. Both traveled to wherever they were stationed. I believe my grandfather was in China, and then my great-grandfather during World War I was in France. And they both made it back home safely, and I mean, that's literally why I'm here today.
Exactly.
They made it home safely. A lot of people aren't fortunate enough to say those same things in some cases, so I'm very blessed to be able to.
I imagine they both had friends that didn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, and just to be able to experience that and then to make it home safely and have somewhat of a regular life, I'm very blessed to be able to talk about that today, but also to remember those who lost their lives serving the country. Well, I know, I'll just say this, I know the country gets a bad rap sometimes and people get caught up in politics and all that stuff, but where would you rather be? And you got to remember those who paid the price for you to be here. Those are very, very important things that you must remember as an American. For anybody listening, it's just really important. No matter the race, anything like that. Like, a lot of people served this country. A lot of people died for this country. You can't avoid that. That's a fact.
No, you can't avoid it at all. It's unfortunately the circle of life, and my dad has mentioned anytime a soldier's lost, one loss is one too many.
Yeah.
And, my dad, he was very honored to have him with me yesterday in the middle of it with Jeb Hart. That was just an honor to have my dad talk about his years of service. And my dad mentioned how he was very fortunate that no one in his unit was killed when they went to Iraq. But unfortunately, there were some folks in his battalion that were killed. So not everybody he knew that went to Iraq with him made it home. And I actually remember two in particular that died while he was over there, that were killed in a helicopter accident over there. It was in Iraq. It was. I remember that like it was yesterday. It's a terrible, terrible thing. But, if it had not been for those men and women who went out there and gave all, we wouldn't be able to sit here and be talking to you folks today.
Yeah, and it's like I said, I don't want to get too gory about it, but you think about people that served the country and stuff, and those that passed away. Not everybody just chooses to serve. Some people at times were drafted into the service. My great grandfather was drafted into the service.
So was mine.
Not saying they wanted to go. I mean, they were drafted. They had to go. So I mean, it's just the circumstances that you have to deal with. Those things are, like I said, unavoidable, and everybody's not fortunate enough to go even under the circumstances of being drafted and then end up making it back and live a regular life. Everybody is not able to say that. So myself and Drake are two examples of being here because other people made it back here safely.
Exactly.
So,
and I've got a list of names of relatives in my family who served, and several of them were from Murray County.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned my grandfather, but also my great-grandfather, the late Hardison Thrasher, who served in World War II in the U.S. Navy, lifelong resident of Columbia himself, and he was one of the lucky ones.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of the lucky ones that did not get killed over there, but I know there were probably people he knew that did.
Right.
There's a lot of people. I've walked through many cemeteries in my life, including here in Murray County, and seen headstones of those who were killed in action, whether it be World War II, Vietnam, Korea.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, or even World War I, some of them, and a lot of times their remains aren't even buried here.
Yeah.
Their bodies didn't even make it back home. So, folks, this weekend, as you spend time doing whatever you do,
celebrating,
whether that's on the water, at Disney World, wherever
in
Seattle, apparently on the Space Needle, or on an Alaskan cruise, whatever you do. And we're not trying to be sappy and make everything all depressing, but we're trying to be serious here talking about all this. Whatever you do, take some time to stop, sit, and reflect. And think of those who gave all so you could have this weekend. Folks, that's all that's going to be all for it for this week's edition of Front Porch Happenings. Again, I am Drake Pugh here alongside Landon Seacrest. We're so thankful to have had this show to you. Landon, do you have anything else you'd like to mention before we call it a day?
Definitely just stay safe, drink responsibly, all those things and cliches. But as Drake was mentioning, not to put a damper on the weekend, but I mean, Kyle Busch passed away at 41 years old. Probably thought his last night wasn't going to be his last night at some point, but you never know when your flower is going to be picked. So, I mean, enjoy life. Definitely go out there, have fun, but be safe out there this weekend because you never know when it's going to be over.
You will never know when your number is called, folks. Again, God bless you all. Be safe. Take care, and we will talk to you all next week. Have a good weekend.
Happened to the best of me. Whatever happened to Randolph Scott has happened to the industry.
Keep listening. 101.7, 103.7, WKOM, WKRM, Delk Kennedy, owner-operator. Great to have you with us.